Kill it. Good morning. So the sun has finally come out from this morning. Today is Tuesday, which is one of my days off at the shelter. I work Wednesday to Saturday, so I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, and this is kind of my Sunday. I had a kind of relaxing morning. I did some exercise just to get my body moving, and I was so hot. It has been cloudy in Arizona, but it has also been like trying to rain for the last week and like not really raining. It was super humid this morning, which is not normal for Arizona. Like the humidity was like 77%, which is why we moved from where we lived before. So I am outside of one of my favorite coffee shops in the city. I'm gonna go do some schoolwork. I think I mentioned in one of my first videos that I am pursuing my degree for my vet tech degree so that I can take the test and become certified. So I am gonna go inside and work on some school stuff and then probably edit a video or see where the time takes us. Time kind of flies when I'm in there. I am finishing my second semester, so I'm working on pharmacology right now, and then I have to do my externship. That's gonna be this morning, and then we'll go back home and hang out with Luna and do some housework and things like that. So pretty chill day. I'm gonna prep some food for the week and get ready, mentally prepared for that. So let's go inside. Okay. It is like about 12:30 right now. I'm letting my car cool off before I head home. I was in there for about 3 hours and I got one whole chapter done, but that's it. I was getting a little crowded in there for a Tuesday, which is interesting, and I was just kind of tired of being in there. My in-laws and I were actually talking recently about like how much sound affects you that you don't even realize. So as much as I like all the chaos and stuff of a coffee shop, it like helps me concentrate and, you know, makes me more productive. It is like I feel so tired after leaving there. And I did have coffee when I was in there, so I don't know what it is. I forgot to mention the name of the coffee shop. It's Lex Central in Phoenix, and I love the vibe in there, even though sometimes the music can get a little bit loud and sometimes it's a little bit distracting when they're playing like very rhythmic rap or something like that. Sometimes that gets distracting to me, but usually it's just the right amount of noise and activity to help me focus. I used to come to this coffee shop every Sunday when in my senior year of college, because I had both semesters I had online classes that were just completely online, and all we really had to do was like read passages and then answer discussion board questions and like maybe write an essay. So I would just host up in there on Sundays and get it all done for the week so I didn't have to worry about it, which is kind of what I'm doing now with these courses. I was able to make a thumbnail for my next video, which is the video about intakes into the shelter and all of the different intakes that we see, and it was giving me feels thinking about it because I'm having a bit of a existential crisis with my career, with where I work now, and so it's just like it's kind of difficult, but it does need to be talked about. So I'm excited for you guys to see that video, which it's out already by the time I put this vlog up. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. All right, heading home. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, so it's my first, it's like my Monday. And I usually get here about an hour and a half early just because it's better for traffic for me. I wanted to take this moment to update you guys. So the last few vlogs that were work related were actually taken at a different shelter. So recently I changed jobs, and the short story for that is because of drama, and I was really not in a good place with that old shelter. There was a lot going on. It was like getting me in a really dark place, and I really felt like I needed to change, get out of basically a toxic relationship, actually a lot of toxic relationships. Yeah, so I left that job before our vacation to Alaska. So I went to Alaska, and then when I came back, I started this new job. So I've been here for about 2 months, going on 3 months, I think. And so my position here is a little bit different, still kind of ICU teching, but it's only focused on one section. So before, at that shelter, I was doing ICU teching, which is everything that was contagious, so all of the, like, a variety of diseases. But here I am solely a parvo technician, so the only cases we're really responsible for are parvo, and so that has been interesting. I've wanted to vlog before this time, but it's been kind of crazy because we haven't had like any patients, which is a good thing. Like, I'm sure you guys are hearing about how hot it has been in Arizona, and so that is kind of why we haven't had any patients. So parvo lives in the ground and moves around just from like animals contracting it, but also when it like rains or something, it's like moving in the ground and, you know, spreading. So with the heat and no rain, it's not doing that. It's a little bit harder for animals to contract it, which is good. It's not dead, but it's just kind of dormant. It's been a little difficult because I don't want to vlog if we don't have any patients or anything. Like, I want to show you guys kind of what, you know, the week is like and talk about patients and things, but it's been hard because we haven't had any. So I've been filling in other parts of the shelter, kind of learning the flow and everything. So, you know, of other departments. So I've been helping with their main like trauma hospital, so triaging and things like that. So it's interesting because they kind of, the organization here is way different than anything I've experienced. This organization divides up their tech duties, so they have like a lot. This is like the best staffed place I've worked, so there are like a lot of techs and vets and things like that, so they are all divided up and they have their own sections. And so I'm just kind of like learning so that I can fill in wherever when this happens. It's a little difficult, but it's made it like I'm the least stressed that I've ever been since I've been in this field. I am like a little bit bored, not that I want animals to have parvo, but I want to work with what I applied for, which is why I applied for the job, right? So I think we have a couple patients. When I left on Saturday, we had 2 and one was about to get out. I don't know if he's still in there, but one that we have right now is a German Shepherd puppy who's actually blind, and they don't know why he was blind. So he came in the evening one day, not last week, but the week before that. They came in at night from a transport, so then the next day, because we didn't have any patients, the hospital coordinator like assigned me to do all of their intaking and triage and things like that, and work with the vets to get them their initial exams and then, you know, start them on treatment plans. So I was working with him initially when he first came in. He's like the sweetest German Shepherd puppy. I don't know why I have a thing for blind animals. I just always feel drawn to them. I don't know why. He, yeah, really couldn't see. He was very scared. Didn't really want to like get up and move, I think just because he didn't know where he was that first day. And then he seemed to get a lot better, and I was telling my coworker, look at him, he's the most perfect puppy, he's not crazy, you know, he's not acting like super hyper or anything like that, he's just very chill, very sweet. He also has something called Ehrlichia, which is a tick-borne, blood-borne virus. Some people call it like a version of tick fever. The plan was to have him go to foster to get medication for that. It thins your blood, basically it affects the red blood cells. Animals with ticks will like bleed really easily, and they can get very anemic, and so they have to have a long course of medication to treat that infection and to get their blood count back up and their platelets up and all that stuff. They have to have that before they undergo any major surgery. Not that like neutering is a major surgery, but having that, we want to make sure that we are setting them up for success if they have to go under any surgery or anything like that. So he was originally going to be put into foster to get that treatment and then to just monitor his progression with his eyes. I was seriously considering that, and then literally the next day he popped with parvo, so he moved into our ward. All of us were like, you know, we need to really be on top of this because he's a huge story around the shelter. They tagged him for like major media coverage and things like that. Everyone's really invested in this puppy. So we like hit him really hard with the meds. He was doing good when I left on Saturday. So that's a joke I was also saying too, is that like now I wonder if he's going to get crazy, because my toxic trait is that I always want to adopt or foster puppies. They act good when they're sick because they're not crazy, hyper little demons. But then when they start feeling better, they do start acting like that. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you're a puppy. I actually don't want that in my life. So I just wonder how he's going to be. I think they're going to redo his eye tests because I think his eyesight is improving. So when we had him out in the parvo ward, he actually like, you know, intentionally stepped over the drain and went to his water bowl. Like he could see it. It wasn't like he was filling around and like bumping into things. We are kind of wondering if the antibiotic he's getting for his Ehrlichia is helping his eyesight. Those can be related, but it's difficult to know like what the exact cause is for his eyes. So we will see if he's still in there. I'm not sure if we've gotten anyone else. And this place is also really nice because I don't really get messaged or anything on my days off. So it is easier to shut off when I go home and like keep work and home life separate. It doesn't feel like it's all on me, which is how it felt at my old shelter because I was the lead and I was doing it alone for a while. It's been really nice to not have that when I'm at home. But it does make coming in on Mondays interesting. So it's almost 7. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit and then go in and we'll see what's going on. So yesterday we got a couple kiddos in. They were little like puggles. They're only 2 months old, so they're really, really tiny. I guess 2 of their siblings had already passed when they were at the emergency clinic. So they got transferred to us and they were screaming all day yesterday after they came in. They're doing pretty well, but we're gonna see what they look like today. What do you want? Why are you screaming? Okay, I'm doing the YouTuber thing. So I was editing this vlog and I decided, so I had filmed more that I was going to include, but I talked too much. And I'm trying to make them less long, especially if they're not like an educational video. So I'm going to end the vlog here and I will include the rest in the next vlog whenever that goes up. I'm kind of trying to alternate vlogs and like personal videos and educational ones, so this is kind of a mix, so we'll see what the next video will be. Yeah, this is gonna be the first time you see me with my bangs that I cut myself. That, you know, it's a thing. There they are. Sorry, Lena is drinking her water. So thank you guys for watching and we'll see you next time.